Ni
Ni
hao
hao
ma.
ma.
I'm Ken.
And I'm Sue. We are so happy that you chose to watch our video. We are participating in an amazing opportunity called Giveback with Envision through the Christian Missionary Alliance. Beginning in February 2025, we will be serving in Taipei, Taiwan. You may be thinking, how did they get involved in this? Well, it began first with our involvement in Grace Church in Middleburg Heights, Ohio. Grace Church is a very large church, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the size. At first, you might feel alone in such a big church. The best way to remedy that is to get involved. There are so many ways to get involved at Grace. Depending on what your passion is, there is a group or ministry for you. Some of these are the men's ministry, the women's ministry, the children's ministry, the worship ministry, the prison ministry, the English as a second language ministry, the global outreach ministry, and the Forever Young ministry, just to name a few. When you become involved, you begin to meet other people with similar interests. In addition to the ministries available at Grace, there are also many small groups available that bring relationships to an even deeper level. Eventually, the church doesn't feel quite so big as you have developed a smaller circle of brothers and sisters in Christ.
Before contemplating a long mission, it would be a great idea to do a few short term missions. We have done several of these, both with Grace as well as outside organizations. With that type of experience, you will get a small taste of what mission work is. Some people who don't know better may think it is a vacation. In most cases, mission work is hard work. Sometimes it involves physical work, such as construction. Sometimes it involves a specific service within a ministry. The accommodations are rarely vacation like. Oftentimes, being in remote areas, care must be taken with types of foods and beverages that you drink to avoid sickness. So, what's the attraction? When you are on a mission trip, you are immersed in the culture and really get an idea of what the culture is truly like. You build relationships with the native people unlike any that could be developed as a vacationer. Best of all, you learn what the phrase, "it is better to give than to receive," really means. We have become more Christ like through mission work. We go thinking of how we can serve others, but always come back twice as blessed for having known them.
Because of our love for missions, we were invited by Pastor Tom Suffolk to be on the Global Missions Steering Committee at Grace. He then invited us to a conference called Converge in 2022. We had discussed how we would like to do something a little bit longer than the typical short-term mission, which is usually about 8 to 10 days. Just when the relationships are starting to form, it seemed like it was time to go home. At the conference, we were introduced to TJ, who told us about the Giveback program. For Giveback, there was a minimum commitment of 1 month and a limit of 2 years. TJ described it as an internship for retirees.
We researched the program and the sites that were available, and with our skill sets, we decided that Taipei, Taiwan was the best fit for us. We completed the application and the process began.
We met Chris Odell, the pastor for the Aroma Church, who we will be serving with, and had a formal interview with him as well. We clicked with him instantly. There was some online training that we had to take, and we also decided to study Mandarin Chinese. We've been working weekly with Mickey, who is in charge of HR and translation in the Aroma community. She is amazing and has been so patient with us as we try our best to learn a bit of the language. There were a few additional requirements, such as background checks and references as well. Then there was an in-person pre-launch training for 3 days. This included several sessions on how to work with God rather than for God, as God doesn't need us, but He invites us to participate in His work. There were also other sessions on prayer, culture, ESL, and core beliefs. The weekend was extremely beneficial for our preparation. We met many amazing people, one being Courtney, who had been our contact with Envision throughout the process. We are so excited as we anticipate the new chapter in our lives.
Now we would like you to meet Chris Odell, pastor of the Roma Church and Cafe in Taipei, Taiwan.
Hello and welcome to the Aroma Village in Taipei, Taiwan. My name is Chris. My wife, Jamie, and I, along with our 4 kids, have been serving in Taipei, Taiwan with the Christian and Missionary Alliance through this Envision site for the last 16 years. A bunch of amazing things have happened, and I'd like to share those things with you, as well as let you know about the good things that God has in store for the future. At Aroma Village, our heart, our goal is to let people smell, become, and spread the aroma of Christ. That's our vision, that this whole country would be in revival as they seek to see the wonderful, amazing Jesus work powerfully through their lives. But you see, there's a problem. More than 1 million young people just in our city alone are lacking hope, help, and health as they're struggling to get ready for legislation that's been introduced in Taiwan to make it a bilingual country by the end of 2030. There's a countdown. Young people who are growing up in a bilingual environment will have no problem with this. And if you're older and nearing retirement, you can just wait it out. But for 18 to 40-year-olds who feel under-equipped and are lacking community, they don't have the skills they need, they're feeling this weight strongly. Our hope at Aroma is to be able to offer a twofold solution to help our friends get the skills and community support they need through the Aroma Bazaar, our cafe, and our education center, and then to help them get more support as well as reconciliation to the Father through our Aroma community. That's our church and also the teams and interns that we host here in Taipei, Taiwan. First, let me share with you a bit about the Aroma Bazaar. The ministry first started long ago when we decided we wanted to help our friends make more connections through coffee. So we have a coffee shop, and that started all the way back in 2012. But we actually realized that education is a foundational aspect of society here in Taiwan, and that we've made already a big impact in our friends' lives by using English to help build relationships and increase their skills, to help them level up in English so that they can have more successful careers or build international connections. Ultimately, this leads us to have the opportunity to be able to introduce them to Jesus. And that's what we're striving for in our Aroma community, a place where people feel welcomed, where they feel like they belong, and where they can go through a process of discipleship that we created to help them to meet Jesus and to grow in their faith, as well as to be trained and equipped so that they can go out and spread the aroma of Christ to others around them. Teams, interns, residents, associates, and even a newer program called Giveback are all a huge part of the site as well. What we do is we host people, primarily coming from the United States, but sometimes other countries as well. They get involved in the ministry, supporting ministries that are ongoing in both the business and the church, but they also get to start new ministries and have a great degree of freedom as they move forward in building relationships, sharing the gospel, and doing whatever they can to help people smell, become, and spread the aroma of Christ. This is my friend Jonathan. Jonathan's been coming to Aroma for about 5 years, involved in a bunch of our different events. But it wasn't really until like the last year or so that Jonathan became more curious about things of faith. We'd planted the seeds and prayed for him consistently. Finally, he smelled the aroma of Christ and got baptized. It's so encouraging to see him wanting to then share his faith as well. This is our friend Andrew. Andrew wasn't even a Christian when he started translating for short-term teams that come to Aroma from the US. And through that experience, as well as a number of other things, he got saved. He gave his life to Jesus, got baptized, and now he's on pastoral staff with us. Angela came into the cafe for a part-time job. She got saved, gave her life to Jesus, got extra training, and then came back to Aroma just in time to take over a management position in our cafe. We're super pumped about how Angela spreads the aroma of Christ through her position here in the cafe. Our education center and the work that we're doing in Taipei is way more than I can explain in a short introduction, but we've got a great facility that's right in the heart of Taipei, amazing staff with tons and tons of experience, and a blend of cross-cultural Taiwanese, American, and other staff members from around the world. We're developing a creative curriculum that ultimately invites people into gospel connection and helps them take steps towards faith in Christ. Our dream is to be able to see 100,000 smells or 100,000 times that we share the gospel, to be able to train and equip 10,000 people and then send out 1,000 people to go out and spread the aroma of Christ around the world. One of the main ways we do that is through our incredible team. You can see some of them here on this page, but really there's way more than just what you can see here. God is bringing people from all around the world for all different lengths of time to be able to see more and more people smell, become, and spread the aroma of Christ. Thank you for being part of this ministry. We look forward to partnering with you and are excited about what God is going to do in Taiwan. We believe the best is yet to come. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for watching our video, and we plan to post regularly from Taipei to keep you updated on our experience and what is happening with the Aroma Church and Cafe Ministry. To learn more about the Giveback program and the Aroma Church, follow these links or scan the QR code. 上帝祝福. God bless.